Today I want to share a profile of my great-grandma Betty. She was Apache Indian and Hispanic, which was a combination that instilled resilience and a deep love for family. This defined everything that she did. Her early life was far from easy. She tragically lost both of her parents at a very young age and was raised by another family. And though we don't know all the details of her childhood, we do know that she was the epitome of strength despite all the challenges that she faced. This strength and her strong commitment to family were values central to her identity. My grandma Betty married my grandpa George in 1957, and together they moved to Phoenix, Arizona, where they had their only child, my grandmother. And eventually they settled in Rose Park, Utah, where they would spend the rest of her life. My grandma Betty passed away in January of 2015, just after my 15th birthday, and her absence has left an emptiness that we still cannot fill today. But the love that she gave to us and the values she instilled in us continue to guide our lives. My grandma practically raised my mother, so she wasn't just a great grandma to me, she was like a second mom. My siblings and I were four of her 5 grandchildren, and she loved each of us fiercely. One of my clearest memories of my grandma Betty is the Sunday dinners at her house, and the holidays and the camping trips and all of the events that she would organize for us all to be together. Betty was known for her cooking. Her homemade tortillas, enchiladas, and chili, both the green and the red, although she made the green just for me, were seriously amazing. My grandma never wrote anything down, so unfortunately her recipes passed with her, but I will never forget how much food meant to her, because it meant bringing us all together and showing us that we were loved through cooking. It was like the language of our family and the bond that tied us together. My grandma Betty spoke Spanish fluently, and she had this rare ability to make people feel seen and heard and loved. Her smile could light up any room, and her laugh was infectious. As a child, I still remember being embarrassed by her big, giant, wet kisses that she'd plant on my cheek, but now I would give anything to feel those again. My grandma was also nicknamed Betty Boop because she loved that character, and she had lots of figurines throughout her house. It was just one of her little quirks and one of the things that made her so unique. My grandma was incredibly humble, almost to a fault. In fact, she never wanted to burden any of us with her own problems, that when she started experiencing severe stomach pain, she didn't tell anyone until it got so bad that she literally had to be rushed to the emergency room. Unfortunately, at that point, the damage had already been done. Her organs began to fail, and she eventually passed away from sepsis. I'll never forget being in 9th grade seminary class when my stepdad came to tell me that we needed to go and say our final goodbyes. Her passing left a void that obviously no one can fill, but her love and her lesson and her legacy continue to shape who we are today. She was the embodiment of familismo, that deep-rooted value in Hispanic culture that places family above everything else. Her life was a testament to the power of familial bonds, loyalty, and love, and she gave everything she could to us. However, she was also a woman who embodied machismo in the best way possible. She was very strong she had kind of a quiet authority, but she knew what it meant to fight for what she believed in. And she was tough when she needed to be, but she always had a heart full of compassion. And in her final moments, there was no shortage of loved ones at her bedside. It was a testament to the kind of person she was, and everyone loved her, and she loved each of us. So anyways, she was more than just my great grandma. She was such an incredible woman in my life, and I miss her every single day.